Hey guys, what's up? Hope all's well. So, something that I've failed to realize on my journey is that in the same way that the story we tell ourselves about our physical reality kind of dictates our physical reality, the same thing applies for the higher level stuff too. So the story that you tell yourself about who your soul is, your guides, what realities are connected to you, is there a being blocking stuff from your past timelines, etc., etc. You telling yourself that story is manifesting it too. And in the same way that you can change a story on the physical level, you can also change a story on that level too. And that's something that I've forgotten a lot. And so yeah, I had to remind myself of that recently, because I started getting too wound up in past timelines on who I was on a soul level, and I was basically telling myself a story on why certain things weren't manifesting for me physically, because of either my guides didn't want it to, or certain beings and energies from my past timelines on who I was on a soul level were still affecting me here and now. But I realize now I can change that story too. So I made a video a while ago saying that this is your world and that you can create a new world, but really I'm finding out it's your universe, and you can create a new universe and step into the new universe and leave the old one behind, just like that, just with your thoughts. But yeah, the reason why it was so important for me is because I was basically under the assumption that some of the higher beings were testing me and doing some of these things and not helping me. And I realize now that just telling myself that story was just manifesting it further, and that I can just change that story, and that would be me stepping out of that, honestly, a multiverse. It's your multiverse, it's your multi-reality, even not just your universe or your world, but your entire existence. You can create a new multi-reality just like that, and that includes all of the astral beings connected to you, all the astral realms connected to you, all your guides, etc. How the structure of everything works, you can change that all just by the story you tell yourself. Oh yeah, and last thing, it's important to know this, because when you start getting into intervening and actually having beings intervene for you, knowing that will help a lot. Because if you're kind of victimizing yourself and you're why won't the higher being step in for me, that's what I was doing. I was like, they know that I know what's going on, they know that I know who I am now and all of this. Why aren't they stepping in and doing some of the things that they said they would? And I started channeling many different reasons for why, and I would tell myself that was why, but I got too caught up in my own story to realize that I was telling myself a story, and then I could change that story and therefore change my the universe / multiverse that I was in. You know what I'm saying? Think about it the story you tell yourself about your reality, physically and spiritually, affects how you see yourself. Because in this, it's kind of true, the way you see the world can tell you how you see yourself, because it's all part of your identity. And I've known that I can change my physical identity, and that's basically what manifestation is, but now I'm realizing I can change my higher level identities too. I can literally change which beings are directly involved with me on the astral side of things. You can have new guides, basically, if you want. You can step into a new universe where you have different guides and different soul connections. Certain soul connections will be more prevalent, if that makes sense.